tribe, welcome back to my channel. So today I have been drawn to doing a reading that is focused on self-care and replenishment, and the question today is, why am I feeling this way? Doesn't matter how you feel today. I might be going into your energy field. Whatever I'll be picking up, each pile might be a bit different. So I hope this is going to be helpful, and as usual, choose your pile. Pile number 1 is on your left, pile number 4 is on your right. Trust your intuition. If you need tips and tricks, I have released a video before this one on choosing piles. Maybe that's going to be helpful for you. I'll see you in timestamps. Hey tribe, whoever has chosen pile number 1, let's see, why are you feeling this way? Now the middle card will tell us, as well as this card will tell us, how you can maybe feel a bit better. Pardon my nails because I haven't had time to do them. And this card will be talking about what you're feeling and why is that, everything behind the scenes. I do want to pull one more card for you guys here to see. I'm going to be using the Gaia Tarot to give us a bit more insight on... Okay, thank you. Wow. Actually, a 1-2 for you guys. A lot of wisdom is here. A lot of wisdom. And your cards are just... Okay. And your cards are just flying here. So let's take a look at what we have. We've got fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposite extremes of life. I like to read these cards intuitively as much as I can. I do add meaning to it at the very end. Okay, whew, what the energy here, guys, what the energy. Now, when looking at the crone, what I'm paying attention to the most is, might be weird for you, but is the moon right there. And what you're holding. This is representation of you. Let's volume down a bit. Okay, so what's happening right now, it might be behind the scenes, subconsciously, you might be noticing that on your conscious level, but what's happening right here, I'm seeing you guys are super sensitive when it comes to energies. I do believe that you tend to see spirit sometimes, feel the presence of a spirit. Maybe you tend to have very vivid dreams. And you guys, it's almost like I'm hearing, use that for your own good. You can gain a lot of wisdom through this understanding. Some of you might tend to be a bit depressed from time to time, more than other people, and I'm seeing that this is due to your sensitivity. It's almost like sometimes you don't like how the world is, right? You wish that it was a bit different. You wish that certain groups of people would do maybe better, you know, and maybe you think about rules, and you think about maybe you can go as far as politics, and you have this very, I'm seeing, high understanding, and you see everything from a broader perspective in life. And sometimes you might find yourself wanting to prove certain things, you know, or show certain things to other people, and that can come to clashes of some sort. Not all the time. I see here that you tend to speak up, but it's a lot in your mind. Now, what you're being asked to do right here is to surrender to how things are and to find beauty in how things are right now, today. Did you have a good tea, a good coffee? Let's start with simple things, gratitude. And there's a big urge here for you saying, use that moon, use that intuition, use that ability to see through certain things, people, situations. I'm seeing some of you might even maybe bring forth spirits of other people, and maybe you want to pass messages, or you started doing that. Well, you need to know here that your especially your ancestors are very close by. So if you wanted to ask them certain things, you can connect with them, sit with spirit. For others of you, I'm seeing grounding would be very helpful here, especially if you feel a bit up in the air. Okay, but overall the message here is, why you're feeling this way, I'm seeing that some of you are in very deep gratitude. Keep doing that. This is your pat on the back, and I want to smile throughout this reading. For others of you, if you feel a bit down, it's saying just let things go a bit, you know. Not everything has to be how maybe you think it has to be. Maybe society puts a lot of pressure on how you should look, how you should think, right? If you feel shitty, maybe you feel guilt that you feel that way, and that's why that surrendering card came up here. Okay, so let's take a look at other cards that we have here. How can you help yourself? The self is very straightforward here, right? This is a very grounded energy. But what I'm paying attention to the most here is those birds above her head. This is screaming to me, I want freedom of mind. So if you'd want to get out of your headspace, I would say try meditation. And I know it can be a very simple advice here, but if you truly experienced good meditation, when you open your eyes, it feels like everything is much clearer for you. The room lights up, right? And your vision has changed, and no clutter in your head anymore. I'm seeing some of you might want to, you know, when you meditate, have your feet firmly on the ground and connect to the universal source, right? To the source. If you believe in God, to God, but imagine that light being almost like a beam going through your body. But don't forget to have your feet firmly on the ground, okay? Let's take a look at where can you expect to be in the future, energy-wise. Okay, it does seem like you guys, there was a bit of repressed energy here when it comes to your own authenticity. So what's happening in the future, one message that I'm seeing here, your intuition will shoot through the roof. Maybe some of you might try remote viewing, maybe exercises of some sorts, whatever you come up with. Try this out, this is saying. A lot of others of you will stop being in a shadow. What I mean by that, you will show more of yourself to others around you. So expect expression. What you think is what you say, right? And you're very clear where you stand. And the same goes with protection card with setting personal boundaries. Now, it doesn't have to be only, you know, about, hey, people crossing your boundaries. It can be about anything. You having your boundaries with your thoughts, or certain routine that doesn't help you anymore. You're like, listen, enough is enough. Let's try something else. Let's try to improve or have something. I'm seeing some of you maybe will spare some time for self-care a bit more, right? Self card over here. And it's almost like I'm seeing you stomping your feet on the ground saying enough is enough. Let me shine. Let me shine. Okay, let's see what else. Where can you expect to be in the future? I saw a vision of lights of a car. It's almost like you prepare to go somewhere. You just turn on the car and I can hear the engine and I see the lights. So you're prepared to some kind of a journey here. You're preparing to go. Now this is a physical or mental journey. Okay, Queen of Earth. Yeah, a lot of grounded energy is coming through here. You prepared, you know what you prepared for? I'm hearing to get what's yours. Maybe you didn't think you're worthy of something enough. Maybe you thought that, oh, can I do this? Am I ready? And that vision that I saw, you in the car, you are ready. You are ready. And this is almost like a message saying you're ready now. Just settle the energies and you can move forward. Again, earth all over this reading, right? So green color might be important to you. Maybe suddenly you'll want to wear something green or have some kind of green accessory, maybe even your screensaver. It can be anything, right? But overall, what I'm seeing here, you're very patient with yourself and with your work. So expect rewards. Whatever you do in life, expect rewards from your job, career, and there is that sense of, again, gratitude and abundance. See, that goes hand in hand here. This is a very magical vibe here, guys. I must tell you, a very magical vibe. back of my head started tingling, hurting a little bit, you know. I'd say don't overwhelm yourself with your thoughts. Practice certain maybe meditation or grounding yourself. That would be helpful for those who struggle with active mind. Knowledge. Yeah, knowledge. You're learning, guys. You're learning how to be best at your craft, whatever it is that you do. So this reminds me of the magician energy, right? The Eight of Pentacles is someone who's working on certain craft. The Queen of Earth is someone who has built stability for themselves. And it seems like you'll seek for more and more knowledge. So keep on going. So I hope that this made sense, tribe. Thank you for coming back. Love you as always. Bye for now. Hey tribe, whoever has chosen pile number 2. So, this is how you're feeling, right? Regardless of how you feel good, you feel bad, we're gonna tune in why. What to do for yourself, these 2 cards, and we're gonna pull from the Dreams of Gaia Tarot as well, okay? Pardon my nails, I'm sorry I didn't have time to do them. Okay, we have Star Bathing. Okay. Oof, okay. The message for some of you guys straight away is you are a bit too high up in the air, especially if you tend to, you know, think or do spiritual things and you forget to ground yourself, bring yourself back to the earth. Your body has to be firmly on the ground when you practice certain things, this is saying here. Otherwise, it might be a bit difficult. I'm seeing 7 of Cups card in my head. You might be up in the clouds, you might be wandering, you're not here. And for others of you, what's happening right now, you're being escalated to almost like a new level of energy. So it might feel a little bit chaotic, energy-wise, chaotic. You're going through transmission right now, right? So I'm seeing, pay attention to what you eat around this moment when you're going through transmission, because a lot of things are being activated right now energetically, and it might feel a bit overwhelming. Drink enough water. Drink enough water. That is very important for you. I'm seeing your third eye being super open, so you know how I'm pretty sure you're all very experienced here. You know how to navigate it. You know, when it's too much, do something on the 3D, on the earth. Connect to the earth a bit more. What can be helpful for other people is just doing something here and now. Play some music in the background and tidy your drawers. Throw out old stuff. Clean the house. You know, take your mind off the I'm hearing the supernatural, okay? To take a break. Now it's interesting, we have Dance with Life as well as Oblivion here. This is your advice, right? How to become better, what to do, how to help yourself. Dance with Life is a very important message for me, a card in this deck. It says do something to change your energy. Now, what happens? I kind of gave you a hint here about, you know, tuning into that grounded energy a bit more. But pay attention to your routine. I'd say your routine needs a bit of a change here. So what you used to do all this time, so this we're going to talk about certain belief systems and patterns of behavior here, that it's almost like your higher self wants you to change a little bit, tweak it. I'm hearing tweak it. Now for a lot of you, you might want to move your body, and just don't think how you move your body. If you want to play some music and just tune into music and allow your body to move freely. Let all your thoughts run past you. Focus on almost like feel yourself. Feel yourself, and your body will start moving naturally. Some of you, I believe here, I'm feeling intuitively, have been doing that in the past, and maybe if you wanted to, you could make it your routine. For others of you, I'm seeing maybe a bit of stretching can be, only 5 minutes if you don't have time stretching, but when you stretch, feel your body, be present with your body during that time. Now I want to pull from the Dreams of Gaia, and we're gonna finish the message with Open Your Arms, because I feel like for you guys, I want to read about this card from the book. Give yourself a bit more attention, I'm seeing here. Give yourself a bit more attention. Where can you expect to be energy-wise in the future? Where can you expect to be energy-wise in the future? Let's let gravity do the work. This is nice. Okay. One more came out. What you're doing here is you're finding balance between your thoughts, and for some of you I'm seeing, okay, it wants me to talk about your monetary gain. It wants me to talk about your stability and finances here. There is that, I'm hearing energy of plenty coming your way. What you're building is going to be your heritage, I'm seeing. So even if you haven't found your life path just yet, or haven't started building something for yourself that you believe in truly, right? Your soul has led you there. There is a hint saying you're going to get there. Now, for others of you, what I'm picking up here, there will be a period when I'm seeing a lot of channeling here. You'll be able to channel any energy. It's almost like you see in blueprint for some of you. You are really good at portraying messages to other people. How you speak, what you say is going to be really influential. I want to say for this group, keep on going, keep on speaking. Card on the floor. Your words are very influential. Self came through here now. Well, for you guys, how I'm picking up self card here. The other group got this card. What I'm looking at in your case is the butterfly at the very bottom here. There is that message saying you are still in the period of finding the abilities that waiting for you to discover them. You already developed, but it's almost like there is something waiting for you to discover it. And I'm hearing ancient. I'm hearing have pride in your heritage and honor your ancestors or your guides. Yeah, there is some kind of a new opportunity coming your way, and it has a strong connection with your finances, your career, or projects of some sort. For some of you, it can be maybe some kind of, project together with someone, or collaboration, or anything like that. There can be people, involved there, but for a lot of you, you are building it yourself. You see how that plant is growing here in this creature's arms, right? I'd say look up the meaning of a dragon here, spiritual meaning of a dragon for some of you. If that's something that you vibe with, you know that's your message. Okay. What else here, guys? Yeah, this is beautiful energy. Overall, it seems like you're still recognizing parts of yourself here in the future. And there is so much to discover. And you see how one eye of this man's is almost like blind, because this guy's using this other sight, I'd call it third eye sight for something really, really important. And the same goes for the Queen of Air. Take a look at her eyes. It's almost like she's channeling information. She's in the zone. So you might expect to be, I'm hearing on this wave of, now I'm hearing for some of you, don't get lost. Always find yourself back to earth. That's important for you, because when you travel so high up, when you tune into certain places, right? Tune into maybe certain people or their lives and things like that, you can lose your groundingness, and that's very important for you here. Self-discovery is coming through here very strongly. And now we have, when I split the deck, the Queen of Water. Very intuitive pile, I must tell you. I think your energy is very high, your vibe is very high, and sometimes it can be a blessing and sometimes it can be a curse. I split the deck again and we have the confirmation of 10 of Pentacles, which is the abundance card, right? So I'd say financially there's a lot to look forward to, as well as self-discovery, but this goes somehow hand in hand. There will be some kind of information you will come across, something that you will figure out about yourself that will allow you to escalate, I'm hearing. Okay, let's finish this message with a description of Oblivion card. Open your arms. Okay, it's almost like you're waiting for something to happen. You probably feel it intuitively, right? Or maybe you felt it before. You had your arms crossed, but now it's time to open your arms to new opportunities. So, are you blind to the gifts around you? We talked about sight here, right? So that goes very nicely with this card here. He's blind in one eye. Are you blind to the gifts around you? Do you tend to cut your nose off to spite your face? There is something beautiful and useful in dark reflection and sorrowful emotions, but these same emotions that reflects to something that I said, it can be a blessing and a curse, right? Reflection and sorrowful emotions, but these same emotions turn ugly one day, rot and fester to become self-pity and martyrdom. The flowers are waiting for when you are ready, but do not let them die. Do not let everyone know what is going on in your head. It is time to keep up appearances. There is great beauty and gifts around you, but you are turning your back to them. Be brave and rise above the suction of self-pity. Avoid wallowing in indulgent sorrow. You have inflicted enough self-suffering. The girl stands in a pool of water. Her emotions are physically manifesting. The water is reflecting the moonlight, but it grows stagnant. It needs to swirl and move. We talked about movement. Her arms are folded in resistance, right? So switch that energy with this one. Her arms are folded in resistance. She is blocking the peace and fulfillment that she yearns for, and yet feels she must deny herself. The petals are starting to fly away in the wind. Do not miss your opportunity because you are wallowing and feeling sorry for yourself. Open your arms and receive the gift exactly waiting for you. Turn your face to the sun and let the shadows fall behind you. Yeah, this pal might be struggling a bit with shadow work here, or the shadow side of self, and there needs to be a bit more of acceptance. Almost like I'm hearing, recognize what it is that sometimes, you know, puts you in a situation where you might dwell on certain events or on certain emotion for too long, and recognize, how can I switch this energy up? So I'll give you an example. You know, when sometimes when you feel like something is about to happen, and say if you have a new job opportunity and you're freaking out, you're like, oh my God, I'm terrified, I'm afraid. Switch it up in your mind. Your mind is really powerful with excitement, because excitement has a very similar vibration, right? You're excited, you're like, oh my God, oh my God. You're fearful, you're like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. So switch it up. You're very powerful here in your mind, and you can switch it up pretty easily. Just recognize how to go about it, okay? I hope this made sense, tribe. Love you as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now. Hey tribe, whoever has chosen pile number 3, let's see what is up with you guys. So let's see, this card will be talking about how you're feeling, what might be happening on the subconscious level, and these 2 cards will advise you how can you improve, or possibly what you can expect. We'll see how we feel about these. All right, ooh, okay. You're being kicked in the ass a little bit here, pile number 3. I'm hearing, don't be afraid, go for it. We'll talk about it in a minute. We have Star Keeper, cosmic ancestor, see the light by staying grounded. Now, what might be happening right now? Why are you feeling the way you're feeling? Overall energy here, in whichever side you'd be, you're feeling good or you're feeling bad, or meh in between. This is saying a lot of you guys are improving the protection that you have. You see that energy field going across this person's head and around them? Persons, I'm saying, right? And it does seem like you guys, through the work and self-reflection, you are able to get rid of certain energies that are not your vibe anymore. So maybe you have noticed in your life that before you would attract certain maybe situations, people, even entities or spirits that you would feel around you, right? And it seems like over time, I'm hearing no more. So there's that big sense of protection here, guys. And for some of you, I'd say your ancestor really wants to connect here. Spirit guide, ancestor, whichever spirit you feel closest to. Because this goes hand in hand. Cosmic ancestor, see the light by staying grounded. For some of you, you know how to improve yourself, groundingness. And it's such a simple word, but it has a lot of power behind it, right? So there was one more group that I explained it to. Maybe you want to look at one more group. Maybe you came from one more group. I don't know. But overall, I'd say imagine if you feel like you want to come back to earth, or if you feel like you're all over the place, chaotic, your mind's all over the place, energy is all over the place, sit still with yourself and focus on the feet. Focus on the energy on the feet. And there are a couple of ways of doing it. If you feel like you lack of energy, you can imagine as if the energy is traveling through your feet upwards, through your whole body. If you want to cleanse the energy and become a bit more grounded, imagine through your feet anything that is not yours, that doesn't belong to you, is being transferred to Gaia, to the earth. Okay, so you guys, see, for a lot of you here, I know that you know, I can't put you in a box here, but for a lot of you here, what you're doing right now and what's happening, you're seeking for clarity on your life path. Even if you're on your life path, maybe you have questions, how to go about this, how to go about that. I always say, you know, trust your inner compass, which is your intuition, a precious tool. But for others of you, it does seem like there is a spirit around you. It can even be a deceased person if that truly vibes with you and hits home right now, who really wants to connect. So look out for signs. Look out for signs. Take a look at the phenomenon card here. Be still and listen to the spirits. You see her eye is transparent here. She's very in tune. She's very mystical. I'd say a lot of you guys are being asked to explore mysticism a bit more, or don't be afraid to explore certain things that you maybe don't know of just yet. The Starseed card tells you to keep wondering. There are things that you're going to still discover in your journey, and I'm hearing a lot of things to come. Bring your inner child out a little bit more and be curious. Curiosity is very important here. Now, for you guys that want to do things a bit differently, I want to see what is the spirit about and what they possibly want to say. So those who will not have time, or you'll forget to actually tune in and sit with spirit and write down the information, analyze it. For a lot of you, straight away you're gonna know what the spirit wants to say. Let's check on that. Let's check on that. I'm gonna split you in three, okay, because this is very personal. Spirit for group number 1. So choose your pile, your group. Spirit for group number 2. Spirit for group number 3. Okay. So choose your one. Maybe you want to listen to all of them, up to you. Let's start with number 1. Now, for you, this is interesting. It does seem like it can be a spirit animal here, or maybe your animal who has crossed over. For others of you, the spirit that's around you, this is a very grounded energy here. It's almost like they being very patient with you and they observing your path, where you're going and what you do. The message of the spirit is to take one step at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself with a lot of ideas if you want to write them down, but start one step at a time, so that you'll get done more, you know, when you keep pondering and wondering about, you know, what about this, what about that, you know, what if that would happen. You're usually not in the present moment at all, and nothing useful really comes out of being in that energy. Okay, so group number 2. Okay, now this is a bit similar here. It can be either a spirit of your past, of the animal that has passed, or your spirit animal if you know what it is. And can you hear my laptop heating up in the background here? The energy is a bit strong here. For others of you, this is someone who has crossed over, someone that you've known of, a person who used to live. And for a lot of you, this person probably towards the end of life, they either had to be in a hospital or medicated. For a couple of you, it can be something unexpected, some sort of the accident here I'm seeing. The spirit, what do you want to say? I'm not hearing that there is an advice, I'm seeing a hint. You need to know that wherever you're going, respect is waiting on the other side. There's a hint of respect and recognition that's coming your way. Okay? Okay, group number 3. We have the devil. Okay, so for some of you, let's talk about this. Don't get terrified straight away, right? There might be a bit of a lower vibration spirit around you, so you might want to look at maybe cleansing your space, having a salt bath, doing some sort of a ritual that allows you to cleanse your environment here. But it does seem like it's almost like a passenger by, you know, I call them tricksters, that kind of spirits. If this doesn't vibe with you at all, don't take this message, and I don't want you to start thinking about scenarios that don't exist. So skip this, okay? For other people, what I'm seeing here, I'd say you need to, that grounding energy is here for a reason. The more grounded you are, the less of a chance for you to, you know, and also the higher you are energy-wise, vibration-wise, the less of a chance those passengers to truly, you know, stick with you, stick around for a while. So maybe you want to work on grounding. And for others of you, there is a message from a spirit here. And just a message from a spirit. The spirit that I'm going to talk about is not represented by the devil energy here. They want to say that there is some kind of addiction, codependency, addictive behavior or pattern that they would want you to start looking at. Okay? So let's see, what can group number 3 expect in the future? What can you expect? What can you expect? I'm hearing you will know exactly why. So this can be for just a couple of you if you have your question in your mind. There's a lot of water energy here. We're talking about emotions and intuition, okay? Your heart chakra is going to be wide open, I'm seeing here. Your heart chakra is wide open, as well as your third eye, okay? A lot of blue color, I'd say, focus on communication. And in the future, what I'm picking up, bottom of the deck, 6 of Cups, there's a lot of water energy here. There's some kind of reunion happening. For some of you, I'm seeing that whatever you questioned, if there was a spirit or the energy you questioned around yourself, you will start seeing it clearly. You'll start sensing it. This goes for those who wanted to connect to your deceased animal, spirit, or person who has crossed over. There might be a situation where either you feel a wind indoors, right, or your hair is touched. Just pay attention to those bodily sensations or something that you notice, because a lot of times when there is a message behind the sensation, you kind of stop and think, that was weird. That's when your intuition kicks in, and the message has to be passed over. You're like, it doesn't feel like, right? It goes for feeling. It doesn't feel like it's normal. It's not usual. There is something deeper behind that. So I'd say keep an eye on sensations. Now for others of you, it's almost like your eyes being wide open. There was some kind of illusion that you may have had about a certain situation or person. Maybe you were a little bit unclear how things will pan out. Clarity is coming your way, this is saying. What you're gonna start feeling certain things a bit more. If we're talking about a person, your intuition will kick in and it's gonna answer all the questions you have. Expect the intuitive period, especially a week from now. For others of you, I'm seeing a person who's gonna be quite influential to somehow give you clarity. Okay, clarity. It's all about clarity here. So I hope this made sense, pile number 3. Thank you for coming back. Tribe, love you as always. I'll catch you in the next one. Hello, tribe. Pile number 4. Let's see what is up. So, you actually have 2 cards instead of 1 from the Magic of Your Oracle. We're going to be looking at how you might be feeling with the first one, and those cards will be your advice. Let's see what's happening behind the scenes on this subconscious level, etc., etc. Okay, it does seem like for a lot of you, you might be almost like reviewing your life or your mission in this lifetime. And for a lot of you, what you might start getting, almost like I'm seeing flashbacks of your past, maybe your past life. You might recognize certain maybe behaviors of yours that might be coming through your past life, and there's a lot of digging deep I'm seeing here. Now, what I'm paying attention to, I don't know if you've noticed, what you need to know is that you are being supported through this journey, especially if you're going through certain transition in your life right now. If you need to make an important decision, and if you're like, what do I do? Am I on the right path? What do I do, right? So take a look at the shoulder of this person. You see that hand supporting her? You need to know that wherever you're at, you're highly supported. And whatever you're creating here for yourself, it seems like you're taking charge of your life and you are building almost like I'm seeing a road being built. Every other road was built by government, I'm seeing, but you're laying out a new road for yourself. You're like, listen, where my destiny is, where my goal is, there is no road there just yet, so let me pave it myself. So this is quite powerful here. I like this. So in that moment, there might be a bit of confusion. Maybe you keep asking yourself a lot of questions. Am I good enough? Am I on the right track, etc., etc. If that's the case, you need to know that that's you exactly where you need to be right now. Just keep exploring. Keep exploring here. See, sometimes you might feel a little bit that you're missing a place where you want to settle. Regardless of where you lived or where you were, it's almost like your home is somewhere else, or you start seeking for home in people or in places. So we do have a group of souls, who tend to wander around. It's almost like you lived somewhere else on another planet and you chose to incarnate on Earth, and there is that hidden, yearning for home. So all you need to know here that you're on a mission. And that mission is going to be quite important, I'm seeing, for humanity. Just keep on going. Now, we have Orenda, honor your mystical creative force, as well as Ubuntu, compassion for others. Now, for some of you, obviously, what this is saying for you guys, there is something that wants to be birthed, okay? Something that wants to be birthed, and it has a strong connection with creativity or learning some kind of skill that you maybe haven't perfected just yet. So if you'll have this urge to do something creatively or to build something for yourself, it can be anything, truly. You know, a lot of people are watching this. Just allow yourself to be expressed. Express yourself a bit more, you know. I keep getting the message, the world wants to see you. So by maybe whatever you do or what you say, it can be on a broad spectrum, or it can be something small that you decide to do that other people notice and they come across your work. It can also be, you know, as simple of a situation where you just walk in to work and you see someone needs help and you just help them out. So you're that helper, or you're that important person for someone that day. You know, you never know how impactful such encounters might be for other people. Some remember it for years. So that's when we get to compassion for others. For a lot of you, you'll find a bit more patience with certain people if they used to trigger you, or if you didn't have patience with them because of how they are or what they do. It seems like you're trying to answer questions for yourself. Why is that? Why is that triggering me? Why is this impatience in me? You know, what is it in them that makes me feel a certain way? And then here you go, you sit in compassion and you're like, okay, whoever you are unique. And as well as, you know, it comes through recognition of certain traits in yourself and loving yourself a bit more. So if you love any trait, it doesn't matter how, you know, imperfect that trait might be in you, if you truly honor it, and you want to say, that is who I am, all cards on the table, you will have that compassion and love for other people. So let's see, what can you expect in the future here? Pile number 4. Pile number 4. I feel a lot of pressure on my shoulder area here. Let me just finish the message. I feel a lot of pressure on my shoulder area here, so I would take a moment to recharge. I'm seeing some of you maybe need a massage or an extra hour of sleep. Don't overburden yourself mentally or physically here. Allow your body to rest, especially in this period of time. Okay, so bottom of the deck, let's see what we have there. We have the 3 of Pentacles. I like this representation of 3 of Pentacles. This is very beautiful. What you need to know, you already have planted a seed, and I'm seeing invisible helpers are working with you. What you need to do right now, I'm seeing for a lot of you, is to give yourself a bit more rest. Maybe take a look at your schedule. Maybe you want to make some kind of improvements or tweaks in your schedule. That's something that you'll be doing in the future. It seems like your sleep will improve if you allow yourself to. So, you know, meet universe halfway. Or God, whatever you believe in, to help yourself, because it seems like something is happening behind the scenes where I'm almost seeing like a group of spirit, you know, energies working behind the scenes, but it's almost like it's waiting for you to help yourself to, you know, take one step forward. So it goes the Queen of Water very nicely together with the Ubuntu card, talking about compassion and coming from heart. Your heart space will be, I'm hearing, gratitude will be much more open, especially those who tend to be a bit more closed off due due to past experiences. If you didn't express yourself as clearly emotionally, I'm seeing that happening in the future. There is a hint of a person who's going to be important in this journey of yours, opening your heart space, I'm seeing. And I'm also seeing an offer of some sorts. Now, look how beautifully connected these cards are. You see that plant growing? See those roots? At the bottom of the deck, what we had is you planting some sort of a seed. So whatever you're planting, it's growing. It's growing. So it can be an opportunity of some sort that you've been creating for yourself, because it seems like for a lot of you, this is self-made situation. Or for others of you, maybe a couple of you, there is something happening connected to the other person that you might be growing with, or there is an offer of some sorts coming from them. Heaven and earth, a perfect balance. There's a lot of green color that I'm paying attention to here. Groundingness is important, but how I'm seeing this heaven and earth, you have all tools necessary to make things happen. So choose what kind of ingredients you want to start with. I'm seeing for some of you, you might, this is weird what I'm going to say, you might invent something or come up with certain idea that, or project that wasn't done before, or it's quite unique. Yeah, look at the earth energy here, Queen of Earth here. Yeah, there's that hint of feeling very stable in the future. You have no doubts that whatever you have grown, and you were patient through that process of that plant, representation of a plant growing, you are able to, I'm seeing you picking those fruits in a basket. And this is the same card, right? In a way, this is the same card. Take a look at that face here. It's just a bit of a different representation of it. So you have that circle, heaven and earth, it's all yours, this is saying. I want to say to some of you, it's almost like a message of appreciation of what you're trying to do here in this lifetime, and what you're trying to achieve, because it seems like this is very connected to, and it's going to be impactful with the Mintakan card for the world here. And I'm seeing the heaven and earth, you know, as a combination of, you know, heaven on earth. So whatever you do, it has a very good impact on people, communities. I like this part a lot. Okay, trust your intuitive abilities at all times. So even if you feel like something is off, something feels a bit shady, something feels like I don't feel like I want to go for this or do that, trust your intuition, because it seems like there's going to be a situation that will come up here that will need you to use that precious tool that you hold. Especially when it comes to some kind of energy connected with a person. You might be a bit uncertain at first. You're like, I don't know about that. Should I do this? Should I not? Go by your gut. And you're going to figure out why this had to happen the way it happened after you make a certain decision. Afterwards, everything will be shown then. So I hope that this made sense, tribe. Thank you for coming back. Love you as always, and I'll catch you soon.